Oh, what a day. What a day, I tell you. Hello. Good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Hi, everybody. Welcome in. First of all, Mira, thank you so much for the lurk. Samantha, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. 47 months. What the heck is that? That's almost a year. That's what that is. My goodness. Joe, thank you very much for the lurk. Thank you. Hope you have a lovely lurk. And to everyone, hello. Welcome on in. Lovely to see y'all. And hi. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, I was gonna make sure that the chatbot was running because I don't think that they are. And I would love if they did. There it is. Okay. Anyways, hi. I am unexpectedly, uncomfortably warm, so I love that for me, but I hope you're all well. I'm having a real humdinger of a day. Truly I am. I've had a bit of a, how shall I say, an adventure. And it's currently in an adventure in, like, trepidatiously waiting. And when I say I'm trepidatiously, that's hard to say. I'm trepidatiously waiting. I am waiting with great trepidation, shall we say. Because reasons. Rex, hello. Welcome in. Welcome to my happy little landscape, which we will hopefully be finishing today. Now that I've hopefully gotten over the immense indecision that I was experiencing with regard to what the heck else to do with this piece. I ended up doing a super tiny little thumbnail sketch in my meeting notes of a meeting I was in yesterday, and I think that has maybe cleared up what I want to do with this currently featureless lump, which I feel like is adding nothing to the composition, so... Anyways, here's what I wanted to tell you about today, because I have had a bit of an adventure. That is the correct use of a meeting, says Rex. I wholeheartedly agree. Now, these are just on my phone because my notebook is not with me here in the studio. But here's a little thumbnail version of this painting. So basically, just some slightly larger trees and some slightly larger hills, maybe a little bit darker because they're closer to the foreground, and that's it. And I'm still debating whether or not to add a couple of little guys in here. But I think that will work compositionally. I think that'll be fine. I also sketched this little drawing of Collier's Wood tube station, which really made me want to do another painting of a tube station. I'm currently trying to decide which tube station to draw. I'd rather it be one that I've visited, and unfortunately I haven't visited every tube station on the London Underground network yet because there's a couple hundred. And some of them take a really long time to get to from anywhere that I ever am in London. And literally the only reason I'd be going there is to look at the tube station. So, but I'd quite like to paint one that I visited. Anyways. Mornington Crescent says, I've been to Mornington Crescent. I could paint Mornington Crescent. I like Mornington Crescent. Mornington Crescent, if you're not familiar with it, is an interesting station. It's kind of a weird little one in terms of its positioning on the Northern Line, which is also a weird line, and just where it is on said weird line. But it's also cute. I was thinking though that my next one is I want to do. There's a whole tube game with Mornington Crescent, isn't there? Yeah. It's from a radio program, that off the top of my head I can't remember the name of because my brain is currently extremely soft butter, like the level of soft butter that you would want to use if you were adding butter to like a brioche dough. That's the texture that my brain is right now because it's suddenly very hot in the studio. I think, is it my studio light that's kicking out? No, I just touched my studio light and it's cold. Sorry, I haven't a clue. Thank you, Joe. That's it. Anywho. But it's also a very cute station. It is a very cute station. I also drew some Star Trek fan art, cause, I don't know, just call me Disability Pride Month, but I'm giving my, I'm giving my Blorbos the accommodations that I don't know, they probably don't think they deserve because of 24th century internalized ableism. But damn it, no. Julian, you can hear the lights in the room. You get to have ear defenders. And Garrick, the lights are too bright for you. You can wear sunglasses indoors. I do. Listen, when I have to be in places where they've got like super bright office lights, I wear sunglasses indoors. Because those things are too freaking bright. I don't care if it makes me look like I'm hungover at work. I don't drink. Anyways, screw you. Make your lights less. Anyways. But most importantly for our purposes today, I have this, which has kind of given me a little bit of just mental guidance as to what I want to do with this. And it's honestly, it's so straightforward that I didn't really need to do that. Anyways. But yeah. So I was thinking of doing one of Charles Holden's stations. My moderator slash spouse, who I love dearly, suggested to me that I do the like Southgate UFO, but I've never been to Southgate Station, because Southgate Station is like quite a distance into an area of town that I never need to visit. So like, why would I? And I mean, the answer to why would I is because I want to visit a tube station that I've never been to, which is a fun activity. If you are, you know, special like me. But no, if for anyone who doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about, the London Underground network has been developed and is continuing to develop over the course of, like, you know, I don't know, at this point, like 800 years or so. It's been many years. It you know, it's like, I don't know, 150 something. Anyways, so stations have sprung up and been built and designed by many and various designers and architects over that span of years. And some of them are really sort of design-wise very iconic, and some of them are, you know, like an uninteresting mid-century rectangle. I actually also considered just finding rolling a random tube station generator, and just the first station that it gives me that I've been to is the one I'll paint. And then I'm afraid that I'm going to get one that doesn't actually have what's the word I'm looking for? Like a ground level frontage at all. It's just like a set of stairs that you go down, which is, you know, it's fine, but it's also really boring in terms of trying to draw. And there are some like that, that it's just, the entrance is just a set of stairs and everything interesting is underneath. But I really like doing the station exteriors because I think some of them are really cool. I think even some of the ones that are just like that are just like a rectangle are quite cool. But yes, they didn't hire the same architect for all of them. How will they preserve brand identity, says Rex? I mean, it's kind of hard when, like, you know, when I don't know, one of your architects died in like the 1930s and you need to build new stations. I mean, I guess they could try and get him to come back as a ghost, but also at this point, because they have had quite a number of them, which one would they pick? You know? Which one would they pick? I don't know. Anyways. Depends on what your favorite is, I guess. I was thinking also of doing Edgware Road, but if I did Edgware Road, I'd have to do Edgware Road and Edgware Road, because there's two Edgware's roads, and I didn't actually realize this for a really long time until I had to go from Edgware Road to Edgware Road, and I'm like, oh, they're two different buildings. Well, that's not confusing at all. I feel like they should just give them two different names so that it's not, you know, but at this point, they kind of got themselves stuck in that, and if they tried to rename it, that would be horrifying. Anyways, Rex says, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a good enough excuse to use a sick day. I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. If I was a ghost, I'd want to still keep designing buildings, I'm sure. I'd probably, oh god, if I was the ghost of an architect who'd been building things in like the 19-teens and I was seeing what they were getting up to in the 70s, I'd be like, I'd just come back and be like, call it off. Call off. What the hell is this? What the hell? This is just a gray square. It's just, where's the flair? Where's the interest? Where's the visual sense of joie de vivre? This is just makes me feel sad and about my commute. Don't you want people to feel good about their commute? Put some interesting tile work in here. Good, for God's sake, man. Anyways. Pickles, hello, welcome in. Pickle says, I'd hire Sammy to lay bricks for my house. Not sure if that's the context, but I express my trust in Sammy. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Pickles. I am not for hire as a bricklayer, and I shouldn't be because it's not something that I've ever done as a task, let alone a vocation. But I appreciate your trust. If you wanted to hire me to, say, like, illustrate something, I could do that. But anyways. In case you're curious, today's tea is M&S lemon iced tea. Because why? Because this is my favorite soft beverage that you can buy in a bottle from a shop. And my moderator / spouse bought this for me a few days ago. And it's my favorite and I love it so much and it's so good and it's so good. It tastes like lemon and it tastes like tea. And there's no artificial sweetener in it, which is really hard to find in this country. And it's nicer than, like, the, I don't know, standard, like, name brand iced teas that you can get, which I think are too syrupy, frankly. Ooh, Japanese cherry green tea again. That sounds so good. Samantha says, capitalism discovered is that people buy more thing when they feel bad about themselves. Therefore, we do not want them to feel good about their commute. Oh, no. Oh no, you're right. They have to be susceptible to the advertisements in the tube stations. Otherwise they'll never buy. Oh, what's the one that there's always an ad for? It's like Floridol or something. It's some kind of, like, probably homeopathic medication that doesn't do anything. But I always see ads for that. It's like, "Oh, are you tired all the time? Try this thing that is untested and unproven, but we promise it'll work." Try psychosomatic, nothing pills. Anyways. I could be wrong. Maybe it's extremely well documented and effective. I'm being unkind and unfair. But also, oh no, I've been feeling fine all day and now my tooth hurts. Oh, that's not cool. I actually feel like, okay, so update in the, like, the TMJ saga that I've been having this week, I literally feel like my cheeks are bruised. Just right sort of at the lower jaw bit, I feel like my cheeks are bruised. It's a weird feeling. 0 out of 10 do not recommend. It's very not fun. That pill has been tested thousands of times, says Rex. And are the results conclusive? And does it do anything? Anyways. Let's look at it. Oh, yeah. For what? You don't need to know, says Rex. You don't even know the score. It was tested, though. Oh, okay, cool. I love when, like, skincare products say that they've been dermatologically tested. Because that's just a real fancy way of saying that they tested it on someone's skin. Which is good. They, like, as a skincare product, you have to do that for safety purposes. Like, it has to have been safety tested so that we know that it's not going to make people's skin melt. But it makes it sound real fancy. But dermatologically tested doesn't necessarily mean that it's been, like, through peer-reviewed study as opposed to, you know, with regard to, like, the efficacy of the ingredients. It just means it won't melt your skin. They have tested it on human skin and it's fine. Anyways. So here's what happened to me. Okay, so the saga begins yesterday. Yesterday I was in the supermarket and I was like, I was wading through the gluten-free section being like, do I want to buy some rolls? Do I want to get some bagels yet? And then I saw. So normally, and this is unfair and I hate it, the bagels that have, like, the regular bagels come in bags of 5 and they're cheaper. The gluten-free bagels come in bags of 4 and they're more expensive. And I found a bag of gluten-free bagels that had 5 bagels in it. And I was like, extra bagel. Because, you know, these things happen sometimes, like packaging errors and stuff. Like one bag will go out that has like an extra thing in it. I will regularly buy like veggie nuggies or whatever, and it's supposed to have 12 in the bag, and they'll be like 13 or 14. You know, they just do that sometimes, I think, as a treat, right? Free bagel, I said excitedly. Anyway, so this lunchtime, I take the first bagel out of the bag. I slice the bagel. I stick the bagel in the toaster. I think nothing of it. And then I take it out of the toaster when it's halfway toasted, and I'm like, this bagel looks different texturally to my usual gluten-free bagel. And then I ate some of the bagel, and I was like, this feels chewier than my usual gluten-free bagel. Did I just buy a mislabeled bag of wheat bagels? 'Cause I don't have any of the regular gluten-free bagels to do a side-by-side compare, but I'm a little concerned that they put 5 regular wheat bagels into a gluten-free bagel bag. Now, I ate half a bagel's worth of bagel with cream cheese and everything bagel seasoning, which isn't a huge amount, but it's enough that if it is a wheat bagel, I will have symptoms within, like, you know, 12 hours or so, probably. So, eat them and sue. Sue for life, says Rex. I mean, I would rather just not have symptoms. But I'm now like, do I... So I'm gonna wait for, like... I'm gonna wait to see if I have symptoms. Because currently I feel fine, but I'm like... But I also don't want to be reaching for, like, oh, was that a cramp? Oh, am I a little bit short of breath? Or am I just imagining that I'm short of breath because I'm anticipating that I'm going to have symptoms, kind of thing. But by the morning, I'll likely have forgotten about it. And if I wake up and I've got an incredibly snuffy nose, then I'll know I had wheat. So I'm currently in the mode of, like, debate whether to take it back to the supermarket and say, hey, there was a problem with these bagels. Can I exchange them, please? Or, because my moderator / spouse can eat wheat and gluten and stuff, he can just have the rest of these bagels and be fine, and then he can just buy me a bag of actually gluten-free bagels. At this point, I don't know what to do. It's real annoying. Also, I just opened a thing of cream cheese. And I don't feel like cream cheese should really be eaten, you know, I feel like once you've opened a thing of cream cheese, you should really use it within a couple days. And now I have nothing to eat my cream cheese with for tomorrow's lunch. Today's lunch, do you want to know what I ate for today's lunch besides half that bagel? I just had a serving of, like, popcorn snack. I just had a popcorn snack, because, like, at that point I was feeling anxious and I didn't want to cook anything else, so I was just like, I'm just gonna have popcorn, it's fine. The good old wait and see if food kills me. Exactly, Joe. If you're okay tomorrow, then you have bagels. Yeah, exactly. But I genuinely, like, there is a difference in texture between the gluten-free bagels and the regular bagels. Samantha says, to be honest, I think taking them back just on the principle that they should be made aware that someone was careless in labeling of allergens. I think you might be right, Samantha. Though, to be honest, I'm almost wondering if some cheeky person who's gluten-free was like, I'm just going to surreptitiously hide in a corner of the supermarket where nobody's looking, put the gluten-free bagels into a regular bagels bag, and then put the regular bagels into the gluten-free bagels bag, so that I get cheaper bagels, which... You know, like, I admire your hustle, but you're also putting celiacs at a much greater risk than I, because I'm not celiac. If I was celiac, I'd feel a lot worse about eating half a bagel than I do in terms of the symptoms I do get. Did it look opened? It's hard to tell, Joe, because it's one of those ones where it's just in, like, a plastic, sort of, like a tube-shaped plastic bag, and then at the top it just has one of those... little, like, tape ties, you know, the ones that just, like, stick together. So it would be possible to, like, unpick that and then put it back and have it look basically the same. Also, the cream cheese should be fine for, like, a week or so, as long as your fridge is cold. I do put it in the coldest part of the fridge, so fingies crossed. I mean, you know, if needs be, I'll just have it on the weekend, or David can have some of my bagels. Sorry, I mean Twitch user Sledge Callier. Who am I talking about? If they did that, they still suck because they're mixing other people at risk. Oh, I 100% agree. That would be like if someone deliberately put gluten-containing foods into the free from section in a package labeled as gluten-free, you are a horrible person. You are a horrible person. Like, people with, like, severe celiac disease, like, if they come in contact with, like, a crumb of something that has gluten in, they can be sick for, like, a while. And when I say a while, I mean, like, they can be having symptoms for, like, a couple of months afterwards. You know? Like, and everything but gluten bagel for terrible drawing time, says Samantha. All right, I'll do that. Anyway, so yeah, I was feeling a little bit anxious about that. That kind of put a bit of a damper on my daily activities today. Because I was worrying about whether or not my bagel is going to at some point F up my airways and make me feel like crap tomorrow. Thankfully, about half a bagel in isolation, having not had anything else with gluten in it for like a while, should be fine. Yeah, I have friends / fam with celiac, says Joe. Yeah. Yeah, I know a few people who cannot gluten, and it sucks. Like, as I say, I'm not like severely celiac disease or anything, but I do feel like crap, and I have symptoms that suck and just generally make life super miserable, it turns out, if I have wheat at all. So yay. All right. So to explain what I'm about to do for anyone who's new here, and I don't know if there's anyone new here. I see mostly familiar friends, but there might be some new lurkers. So for anyone who's new here, hello. This is Terrible Drawing Time. This is the current Terrible Drawing Time canvas. I think this might be the last thing we draw on this canvas, and I'll have to start a new canvas next week, which is fine because I got a whole bunch of new paper for it, which I'm very excited about. Anyways, the Terrible Drawing Time is a situation where for 5,000 channel points, I have 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on the Terrible Drawing canvas, which is currently this. I like this pizza wizard. I think he seems like a nice man. I feel like this could be a book of the past canvases up somewhere, asks Joe. I try and put pictures of them in the Discord, but I'm not super good at remembering to do it. And when I say I'm not super good at remembering to do it, I mean I'm extremely poor at remembering to do it, but we do have a Discord. If you're not in the Discord and you'd like to join, you can do so right there. It's a fun time. Anyways. It's a quiet place, but we do have fun there. That's where I tend to try and remember to advise people when I'm streaming, post my schedule and stuff. And you can also let us know when you're streaming if you stream. I don't remember seeing any in there. There is a channel for it, but as I say, very bad at remembering to do it. Also, all of these drawings are bad. Must this be my legacy? Alright, hello Aoife, welcome in. Hello, I hope you are well. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday, and I hope you've had a good week so far. It is a quiet place, its inhabitants kind, says Aoife. I think so. I think we've got a very well curated community of excellent individuals. And, you know, if anyone is like a rule-breaking dick or like, you know, openly antagonistic to the membership, they'll get booted. So I found the channel. There are 3 tiny posts. There you go. Anyways, I was thinking full page canvases. I know exactly what you mean, Joe, and yes, I am bad about sharing them. Anyways, listen, I'm shy. Okay, so the clock is actually going, so why don't I just make a start here? So I've got the interior hole of the bagel, and then we've got the exterior circularity of the bagel. This is gonna be like a bagel halvesy, because reasons. because so I can't buy just an everything bagel because the only bagel that's available without gluten is just a plain bagel. But fortunately, there is a manufacturer of spice blends here in the U of K who make an everything bagel seasoning, which I like to sprinkle on top of the cream cheese on my bagel. So it's kind of like eating an everything bagel, and I enjoy that a lot. So he really needs to stop with the false advertising on delightful drawing time. Heck. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little like that, and then I'm gonna draw over here. The little no gluten label. Yay! What is an everything bagel, says Joe? So an everything bagel is, it's a bit, you know how you can get like, you can get plain bagels, you can get sesame seed bagels, poppy seed bagels, onion bagels, etc. An everything bagel is a bagel that has like sesame seeds, poppy seeds, onions, a little sprinkling of kosher salt, I think, maybe a little garlic as well. It's fit as heck. It's fit as heck. There's an everything but gluten bagel. Oh boy. I have not experimented with ordering gluten-free baked goods online because that's a whole other level of commitment. I have considered. There we go. Oh, look how delicious that looks. That looks like a delicious little bagel treat. I think this venom opossum is really going to enjoy this. Come into focus, you ding dong. Okay. I think this little venom opossum is very much going to enjoy their gluten-free bagel snack. I wish I could. I prefer sesame seeds. I do not like onion garlic on my bagel or anything really. Probably not going to enjoy everything bagel situation if you are not an enjoyer of the alliums then. But you can fairly easily also just buy sesame bagels. So there you go. I like putting everything bagel seasoning on a lot of things. It's a good seasoning, says Rex. It really is a good seasoning. It really is a good seasoning. As far as like seasoning blends go for just sprinklage, it's right up there with like a blend of Italian herbs to sprinkle on top of your pizza slice, which is something that we really enjoy in this house. When on Wednesdays I have to be out of the house, so we need something fast to eat. So on Wednesdays we always get pizza. And when I say we get pizza, I mean we buy a frozen pizza from the supermarket for between 2 and 3 pounds. But we zhuzh it up with toppings. You know, I'll add extra toppings to it depending on what's in season or what we feel like putting, and always a sprinkling of the like Italian pizza seasoning that I think is similar to the kind of gubbins that you get at like a pizza slice place in like New York, you know what I mean? Anyways, I did not like bagels until my friend Daisy told you were eating them wrong. I didn't know they should be toasted and were you just eating like a circle of dense bread? I mean, I will also eat bagels like that, but good lord, the like supermarket bagels in this country need to be toasted and have stuff on them. Unless you're getting bagels like directly from a very good bakery in like Montreal or maybe New York City. You gotta do something with them. Anyways, okay. Anyways, that's terrible drawing time. I hope you enjoyed it. They were not good, says Joe. I really, like, I'm sorry, the bagel game generally in this country is pretty bad. I'm sure there are good, like, bakeries where you can get good bagels. Okay, fun fact, I briefly had a job making bagels, and those were good bagels. You know, they were artisan bagels being made by an artisan baker. They were excellent and super delicious. But the person that I worked with was such a difficult, miserable so-and-so, combined with the fact that I had to be there at like 5:30 in the morning in order to bake bagels. And you know, like that would be fine if I wasn't working for like an unmitigated bag of pee-pee. This man was deeply unpleasant, to the point that I spoke to, like, our manager, and she was like, how are you getting on with bagels? And I'm like, yeah, so about that, this man is impossible to work with. He's just the worst and super horrible to work with. And she's like, yeah, I know. Do you want to move to doing, like, the afternoon bakery instead? And I was like, okay. And it was just like, it was this horrible situation where they know that this person is horrible to work with and nobody wants to work with this man, and they have an incredibly high turnover, apparently. I found out afterwards they have an incredibly high turnover of people who make bagels in that bakery because no one wanted to work with that guy. And it's like, maybe there comes a point where you need to talk to him instead of just letting people rage quit their job. You know? Like, if he can't straighten out his attitude towards his coworkers, maybe he needs to leave. It was so very strange. And I know sometimes if you don't have, like, it's hard to fire people from some jobs, because they technically haven't done anything wrong, they just suck. But anyways, I ended up rage quitting that place entirely a couple weeks later, because it was a safety nightmare as well. It was just a bad place to work. But anyways, right, catching up with chat. I don't think I ever had a bagel. They do probably exist here. They're just not a big thing, says Aoife. Interesting. I really needed carbs and there was no bread. I got put off terribly. Now I love them, says Joe. Fair enough. Pate or cream cheese? Oh man, the like health food store chain in my area used to do this amazing veggie pate, and I think they've discontinued it, and I'm gutted because it was so yummy, and it was one of the few ones on the market that didn't have nuts or mushrooms, which are no-nos in this house. So sad. Also, don't want to have to put in the effort of trying to make my own pate. I eat bagels raw all the time, says Rex, sometimes without even putting cream cheese on it, straight out of the pack and into the chomp. I would do that with, like, good bagels, but now I can't because, like, with gluten-free bagels, they will suck. Do people who eat bagels know bread exists? Nice, soft, yummy bread. Yes, Samantha. Yes, but we also know there is such a thing as a good bagel. Is it the one from the supermarket? No. Generally, no. But I don't really want to... There's a different textural experience of toasting a piece of bread and putting everything bagel seasoning and cream cheese on it. I don't know. Something about, like, the density. The cream cheese kind of has an opportunity to soak in more than it does on the bagel. And also the chew. I like the chew. I like a chew. It's hard to get chew that's gluten-free. Anyways. I'll also sometimes not butter or toast myself. You know, sometimes a person just wants dry toast. Sometimes you do. Anywho, bread is yummy. I miss the good bread. I miss the good bread. I usually buy sourdough rye bread. That's a good bread. I like the rye bread that comes in a brick, is as dense as a brick, and you slice it super thin and you put a bunch of stuff on top of it. I'm having that for dinner on Friday, and I'm very excited. It's basically what we have termed, like, a vegan version of mince on toast, I guess. In as much as it's like just a mess of lentils in, like, a tomatoey seasoning with, like, herbs and stuff on toast, and it's really good. Anyways, I do also like mince on toast. The kiwi classic is delish, and there are some good gluten-free breads, so, you know, I'm okay. But damn, they're expensive. My life is so expensive now. I could just eat less bread. I recognize that, but also, like, I don't know. The fact that bread is forbidden to me just makes me want it more. You know that feeling? Sometimes having is not so pleasant as wanting, and the wanting is real when your body says no to wheat. Anyways, It keeps all the longest, and I need a bread to keep long, says Zifa. That's fair. I made Corinthian cheese dumplings recently for the first time, and if I could shrink myself, I would just live in that dish. That sounds... Cheese dumplings. That's a winning combination you got there, Aoife. That sounds wonderful. I love that for you. Hell yeah. I'm lucky my body says yes to eat, says Joe. You are, and I love that for you. I really do. I apologize if I sound, embittered in any way. Like, it's fine. It's fine. My life is fine. I'm very blessed in my life in many, many ways, in terms of what, my body is able to do and ingest and all that stuff. I'm very happy. I'm just, at this point, I'm on, like, symptom watch, which is really annoying. But also, yeah. Anyways. God, that tea is good. I also do have a hot tea, but I am really warm in here, so I've been putting off drinking it in the hopes that it would get a little bit colder, but I'll take a sippy. Delightful. Anyways, I'm having salad for dinner tonight, which I'm very excited about, believe it or not, because I'm making one of my favorite salad I mean, I have a little, how shall I say? I have a little, just a little team of salad dressings that are the standard dressing complement that I tend to use. Today's dressing out of the standard dressing complement that I tend to use is the Japanese miso and ginger dressing that you make with carrot, and it's so good, and it's so healthy, and it makes me feel like I'm eating at a Japanese restaurant, and I love that. And it's super easy as well, because you just stick blend everything together. It's delightful. Anyways, it's like a big tortellini, filled with cream cheese, potato filling seasoned with mint and other stuff, cooked and then sauteed in butter. That sounds rich and beautiful. That sounds so good. Oh, I love that for you. Hell yeah. Rex says, my coworker has a very specific method of making bagels. She has made me one before and is correct. She butters the bagel first, then bakes it in the toaster oven. Then adds cream cheese and sprinkles everything bagel seasoning on the cream cheese. Hello. My cholesterol is telling me no, but my heart that loves so deeply and doesn't understand what the word cholesterol means is telling me yes, please. Good Lord. Beans. Oh dear. Gosh, Joe, I hope that whatever made you feel unwell, was just like a fluke and not related to like a new allergy or something. I cross my fingers for you. Anywho, okay, I am going to wet my brush. We are going to brush paint onto the canvas. Okay? Okay. I don't know what that accent was. It wasn't mine. Obviously. I wish it was, because it's nice. But, garlic and chive cream cheese. Yas, Rex. Yas. I usually just use... I mean, we do like a garlic and herb situation in this house. But I find I don't need it if I'm having everything bagel seasoning. So I'll just use, like, the low-fat plain. Because, again, this streamer is over 40. Therefore, has to keep an eye on their cholesterol levels. And I do try. It's tough, but I do try. Though that being said, yesterday, oh God, the just the heart-wrenching experience of I could try and just sneak in, but I would feel guilty. And I really, really, really need to pee, and I'm not going to make it until I get home, so I guess I have to go to Costa Coffee and buy a flapjack. I had to buy a flapjack from Costa Coffee yesterday because I needed to use their toilet, and it cost £2.40. I spent £2.40 to do a week. Do you mind? Do you mind? I am trying to relate an uninteresting anecdote to my viewership here. Unbelievable. Anyways, I don't even know if you guys heard that, but it was really loud to me. I'm American, says Rex. My heart never stood a chance in this fight. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have had some amazing food when I've been to the States. I've also had some how do you eat this and be alive food in the States? Is that an ice cream van? Asked Samantha. Send it my way, please. Gladly. I will yeet it in the direction of wherever your house is. I'm sure that'll be fine. Give it a couple of, I mean, you know, like, I'm not gonna dox you, so I shan't say how long it would take to get there. Anyways, I treated myself to so much this week, says Aoife. Nice. I love that for you. You're worth it and you deserve it, damn it. Hell yeah. Anyways, I am still thinking really hard about this this landscapey situation, but I think what I had planned here was fine. I think this will be fine. I think this is fine. This looks fine. Hope if it doesn't look fine, then oh no, it's fine. Anyways, I think the amount of extra chemicals in our food has sped up evolution to deal with it. Ooh, speaking of extra chemicals in food, I'm having a terrible time trying to research this YouTube video that I wanted to make, because in the preliminary stages, I found some information that was really insightful and useful and interesting and helpful, and I did not mark down where I found this information, and I have not been able to re-find it, because I was just in the is this video anything stage, so I was just like kind of Googling stuff and being like, okay, I'll come back to that when I'm ready to actually research and make the video. Cannot find my sources anymore, which is really, really, really annoying, because it's kind of the crucial thing that this video hinges on, and it has to do with pasteurization temperatures. You know, the kind of thing that people find really interesting and will watch a YouTube video about. By the way, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I lost 2 subscribers, but I suspect that the channels were probably like spam or slop. So I'm not going to feel super bad about it, but also I'll feel really sad if I finally hit 200 subscribers, and I'll be really sad if it goes back down to 199, so please don't unsubscribe. Anyways. Oh no, you didn't put the link in an unlabeled paste bin, says Samantha. I mean, normally I put all of my drafts into an email draft. You know, like a normal person who's like a professional at these things. The amount of unlabeled email drafts that I have that are just like pretty much a finished novella or like a YouTube video script, and I have to go through each of them and be like, okay, what's the one I worked on most recently? All of my sales that should be in a spreadsheet email draft. Anyways, no one has confidently asserted who is a professional that I don't have ADHD. Eva says, OMG, I seem to have unsubscribed for some reason, or I've never even subscribed, but you aren't. No, is it gone down? No! No! No, I don't want to cry on stream, but that's so mean. Not you, Aoife, but just the existence of that. No! The number isn't supposed to go down. I know the numbers don't matter, but I work really hard on these videos, and I'm not going to be able to make them more frequently if no one's watching them. Anyway, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm a pathetic little worm, and I really like the attention. Also, my videos are really good, actually. I put a lot of work into them, and some, like, 5 people think they're fun. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free, and, oh, Samantha, what the flip? Oh my god!
Oh hell yeah, Bunny_Aoife just subscribed.
Samantha, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Aoife. Thank you. That's incredibly sweet. Also, you've given 68 gift subs in the channel. Nice -1. That is a very fun number. Thank you so much. Aoife, enjoy the emotes and stuff. That's so sweet. Aoife says, wait, I thought you said you were 2 below 200. So I thought you knew you were on 198. No, Aoife, it's fine. It's fine. But I was on 202 and it's gone down. Samantha, what are you doing?
Oh hell yeah, Belgarath 101 just subscribed.
Being rounding up.
Oh hell yeah, a random team just subscribed.
Samantha, thank you so much for gifting subs to Balgareth and a random Tim. Thank you very much indeed for 69 plus 1. Nice plus 1. Thank you. That's crazy. Why are you so nice to me? I don't know, but I'm incredibly grateful. That's very sweet. It's been 56 minutes and I haven't painted anything. So much for the value for money happening here on this here stream. Anyways, I would like for this to be a little bit more visible because it's a little closer to the front of the viewer. It's closer to the viewer in terms of proximity. Therefore, it should be a little bit bolder. Also, the trees are going to be a little bit bigger over here, so that's still quite transparent, but that's fine. Anyways, I'm not going to make them huge. But they are going to be a little bit, because I was worried that I was originally going to make them like huge and stuff because you're cool and nice and deserving of nice things. No, you are. Hey, you are. So there. You're all breathtaking. What the heck? What the heck? What are you doing? Anyways, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. Any and all support is so very appreciated and always a surprise, but incredibly welcome and so very kind. So there, I guess. How will that do for kind of a line of trees? I don't know. But I think we've got some sticks, and that's a good start. One of these days we're going to have to bully you into making a Sammy Must Accept a Compliment without deflecting redeems. No, you can't make me. But also thank you. Even what did she do? What the heck?
Oh hell yeah, Miro_Sky8 just subscribed.
Souls. Mira's out there. I am lurking here. Sorry, Mira. I guess.
Oh hell yeah, SB Galaxies just subscribed.
Eva, what have you done?
Oh hell yeah, Mora42 just subscribed.
That was an interesting way of pronouncing Moriax, but okay. But thank you so much for the— What? Mira! What are you doing? I haven't finished. Yo,
Oh
what
hell
the
yeah,
heck?
Potato just subscribed.
Okay. Did my camera die there for a second?
Oh hell yeah, Luxury Gay Space Communist just subscribed.
What's happening? Get loved on them, Samantha. If I have to, I guess. Thank you.
Oh hell yeah, Swizzlick just subscribed.
Okay, I'm gonna try and read out these notifications, and it's making it very difficult for me because the thing is. Anyways.
Oh hell yeah, Poochchlate188 just subscribed.
Interesting. Okay. Eva, thank you so much for gifting subs to Moriax and SB and Mira. And Mira, thank you so much for gifting subs to Lux and Potato.
Oh hell yeah,
which is
Studio Artifacts just
excellent
subscribed.
username. And to Swizzler. And to Poodle888 and to Artifacts. Thank you. The stream is very exciting. I am very grateful. That was very kind. Thank you so much. Oh, My goodness. Y'all. Thank you for the hype train that is happening. I am overwhelmed and surprised and delighted, and I don't know what my brain is doing right now, but thank you. Thank you so very much indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I realized that at some point I should probably like update the sub graphic because I don't really look like that anymore, but on the other hand, I like the way I'm doing the little dance, so I don't know. The streamer is broken. That's very sweet. Thank you, everyone. Very much appreciated. To everyone who has received subs, please enjoy your emotes and stuff. We've got lots of them, and they're very silly. I'm gonna just ask the ads to snooze because that's silly. We broke the streamer, mission accomplished. Good job, and congratulations. It's very, very sweet. I very appreciate it, and it's incredibly kind. If this is, wait, are you saying all this PNG tubers I watch might not actually look like that anymore? I didn't know that was even allowed. I mean, I look like this. But generally, I think my hair and my general stream demeanor isn't exactly... I mean, sometimes I am pretty tired, and I think the vibe that I was going for when I originally made that graphic was I'm tired, but I'm doing a little celebratory dance because someone has subscribed. Anyways. Yummy. Now then, I guess I should paint some trees. I guess I should try and paint some tree. This palette is such a mess now, but I guess since you've all been so very kind to me, I feel like I need to reward you with content. So I'm going to attempt to paint some trees, I suppose. But first of all, I'm gonna thank you once again from the absolute bottom of my heart for being such sweet people. My goodness, what are you doing? Okay. Anyways, let's see how this tree attempt works in a slightly larger format. Will it? I don't know. Yeah, I think that looks fine. It looks like a tree. It's a little transparent, but I might go over it with a second round of details and stuff to kind of darken it in. What's going on? Aoife has a question. So one of the things I treated myself this week, I had me reread your rules when I came in before. So I got asked, can I repost what all I treated myself this week, or did you read it? I think it might have gotten lost in the shuffle. So let me just scroll up is what I'll do. Because sometimes people post things and I just don't want to. Oh, damn! A new gaming PC, a bunch of my favorite wines. Did my nails real nice, got myself a bottle of my favorite perfume. Oh, wow! Okay, damn. Good job, you. Congratulations. Sorry, I just got an emote. And my chat is really squished because the ads warning has popped up again. But thank you so much for the hype train, everybody. And congratulations on all the cool stuff you got yourself as a treat. That's awesome, and you deserve it, damn it. I could technically treat myself because I got a text from the bank today to say that they've increased my credit limit, but that's treating myself to financial danger. So I'm gonna not. I just ignore those because I'm like, you know, the less credit I use, the better. Anyways, I'm very sorry that I missed that message. I think it must have come in just before the hype train. But thank you very much indeed. But yes, that's rad. Anywho, I got the K-pop Demon Hunter songs because they're stuck in my head and I treated myself. Nice, Joe. I love that. I'm glad everyone's treating themselves because y'all deserve it. It's my sister's birthday on Sunday. My sister's and my birthday on Sunday, so I went all out. Nice. Nice. You definitely, in that case, definitely. Also, happy it's almost your birthday. I hope that you have a lovely time. Are you doing anything fun to celebrate? If you are, I hope it's awesome and amazing. Yeah, that's rad. Just filling in some more happy little treesies. But yeah, that's nice. Love that for you. Hell yeah. This paint is very transparent. I'm gonna see if I can kind of layer it up so that it's not, so that you don't see quite so much of the background through the trees, because these aren't ghost trees after all. They're just regular trees. Or at least that's what I'm going for. Anyways, I've also tried to pick up a slightly thicker amount of paint here as well, so we'll see. Anyways, as for if we don't get around to drawing a tube station today, and we probably won't at this rate because I seem to be painting very, very slowly, but never mind. Then we might do it. We might do it on Monday. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing stream-wise next week because we are going to be away for a few days. And I don't know what we're doing other than that. But yes. Oh, okay. I might join my sibling and their spawn on a visit to Schönbrunn Zoo. Nice. I think I'll play Claire Obscure and hang out with Twitch buddies, because 3 kids in a zoo on a hot day does not sound like too much fun to me. I mean, a visit to the zoo is always fun, but if it's warm, and yeah, that might be a lot. Anyways, regardless of what you end up doing, I hope you have a lovely time. And I hope you have a lovely BRB right now, because that's exactly what we're going to do, because the ads are coming, so please stick around. You're not going to miss anything. I'll be back in just a minute. BRB, everybody! Alright friends, I'm back. Thank you for sticking around. Hello again. Hello. My moderator / spouse came home in the interim since my doing of the BRB, and I also made myself an iced tea. Delicious and delightful. Anywho. Let me catch up with chat. Eva says, I love this song so much, makes me want to BRB all day. Aw, that's nice. I did pick a song that I really, really like from Epidemic, so I'm glad that other people enjoy it too, as a nice little... I wanted something that feels, like kind of just tranquil and pretty and in the mood for just chilling and taking a breather. Because God knows I need that. Anyways, Samantha says, zoo visit when hot is bad on 2 fronts. It is uncomfortable for you, and the animals also tend to be not in the mood for anything, so you don't really get to see much. That makes sense. They're just taking naps under a tree. Or, like, hiding indoors. Exciting times. I didn't even think of that, says Aoife. Yeah, but on the other hand, the last 2 times I went, my favorite animals were gone because they got a new, bigger place built. I might see the giraffes this time. Oh, giraffes. I met some giraffes once in San Diego. That was one of those days where I was an earnest young 19-year-old who had never been to California before. I put on like 50 SPF 50 sunscreen, and I still burnt. And I was meeting new people for the first time for a meal that evening, and I just had a bright red clown nose because I'd been sitting in the sun all day at the San Diego Zoo. Oh no! Sunshine, what's up?
I saw a dead giraffe on Sunday.
What?
What?
Oh, in the... Oh, right, we were in the museum. Yeah, that doesn't count, because it's like was it like a skeleton, or... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were at the Natural History Museum on the weekend, so we saw some bones. Anyways, Ernesto, hi, welcome in. It's lovely to see you. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday. Hello. I'm painting some happy little trees. Just some happy little trees here. Having a happy little time. This palette does not contain a lot of paint, so I expect it to not last very long. That's fine. But I'm gonna pick up a little bit more. Anyways, oh yeah, I was reminded while I was on break that there's a new season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I am not caught up on this show. So please don't spoilers in chat, because I am not up to date on this show at all. And when I say I'm not up to date on this show at all, I mean at all. But the closest thing that I have to a celebrity crush is in one of the episodes that was just released, and I'm like, I need to watch specifically this episode before it gets spoiled for me. He wears a very fancy little outfit, and he looks like just the most delightful, fruity little lad, and I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to getting to actually sit down and watch it at some point, I hope. Because it looks like it'll be a good fun time. But who's to say? I'm just gonna watch it out of context, by the way. I'm not gonna, like, wait and get caught up, because I don't have the patience for that. Okay, there we go. An additional tree. Eva says, the last couple of weeks before my vacation were insane. We've had 35 to 38 degrees for 2 weeks straight. No! With no shade on the dig I work at. It was horrible. We got ice cream daily. Well, at least you've got ice cream. If there was no ice cream involved there, I would riot. I would cry. I would simply expire. I would cease to exist. I would become a ghost. And also move to, like, I don't know, Tromsø. I'm imagining that Tromsø is not quite as warm as that. Because it's quite far north, even from where I live. I'm also not sure there's that much to do there, because it's quite far north, but, you know. Okay, I'm gonna mix up a different tree color for my next bunch of trees. So I'm going to pick up some of my bluish brown and mix that with my green. This palette of colors is all anchored with whatever this is. Was it raw umber? I think it's raw umber. So that's kind of the vibe. Is, as you can see, very, very frog and toad coded color-wise. But hopefully that's fun. I am enjoying these paints. I think they're a good time. But yeah. Anywho. Okay. Gonna add some more trees. But this tree is kind of behind this other tree, so we can't see all of the tree. We can see some of the tree. That's the important thing. Aoife says, a buddy gifted me an old air conditioning, so I've got AC for the first time in my life. Oh, hell yeah, I'm living the life right now. Last few summers had me crying in a cool corner and despairing. That is so good, and I am so happy for you. I confess, my moderator / spouse and I have looked a couple times at the possibility of getting an AC unit to put somewhere in the house, just so we slightly less feel like we're gonna die when it gets, you know, sort of into the above 30 temperatures here, which it does at least some of the days every summer now, which sucks and is deeply unpleasant. Oh, I knew something was bothering me about your painting. I couldn't put my finger on. Wait, what's bothering you about it? What's wrong with it? Wait, what's wrong with it? Oh no. What have I done? I mean, it's incomplete, but I mean, this is basically just a study to see how I feel about this palette of paints and what I want to do with it. So I haven't really gone into it expecting it to look, you know, amazing. But I hope it's okay. Oh. Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure you're sure?
This one definitely is.
Did you take that out of the gluten-free bagel bag?
I've taken it out of the existing one, not the one that I've not opened yet, yes.
Okay.
That's not a normal bagel.
Okay, I might toast up one of the ones from the new bag and just compare it.
The crumb structure's a lot different as well.
One moment, please, chat.
I like crumb structure. got butter in it, but
Well, yeah, but usually the gluten-free bagels are less dense. They're like lighter in weight
I would say this
and
is
often have less blistering on the. I'm gonna toast one up from the other bagel after stream and just see if it tastes the same. Cause okay, because I really wasn't sure because it looked and felt different to the gluten-free ones. My moderator / spouse reckons that these that the bagels that I thought were gluten containing are in fact gluten-free. So we may just have extra bagels. But it lacks books, says Aoife. There's trees. Trees are like pre-books. Because you can use wood pulp to make paper and then use that to print books. So, it's it's a prequel. This painting is a prequel. Also, there's definitely at least a few bookshelves inside this house. There's books in the cabin, says Rex. Yes, exactly. Rex gets it. Anyways, more info on the gluten-free bagel drama. A Twitch user Sledge Callier has eaten one of the bagels that I was worried about and reckons that they are gluten-free. So I am going to toast one of the new bagels that he bought today. And after stream. And then we're going to compare the experience. Does it seem the same? Does it seem different? If it seems the same, then I know that all of the bagels are safe, and we just have way too many bagels in the house. Yeah, he bought me new bagels because my moderator / spouse is an absolute ray of sunshine and a lovely human being and way more kind than I deserve. Makes me so happy that I get emotional about it. And your cream cheese is good. My cream cheese is perfect. My cream cheese is delicious. But yes. I am very blessed. I need a moderator / spouse, says Aoife. I hope that you find a dependable, kind, and handsome, or pretty, or whatever good looking you prefer, moderator / spouse for yourself. Gazillion out of 10 do recommend. It is. I need a nap, says Joe. Also fair. And also deeply relatable. That is a mood. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all of the trees that I'm going to do in that color. I want to do, more of a brownish, blackish green. I'm going to take some of what's left of this Mars black, which is not very much, and I'm really having trouble getting it to actually just activate! Activate! Yelling at it will not make it activate better. I know this, and yet here we are anyways. This whole palette is just a mess. None of these colors are the colors that they should be. Got a burger today for the first time in ages, says Aoife. And the guy making it, an old friend, was so happy to see me. Wiley said he hasn't changed at all. It might just be the fresh shave. My hormones said different. Hello. Oh, hello. I will not have a moderator / spouse, says Rex. Stream time is spouse nap time. Aw, and you know what? That is very sweet. I love that. That's lovely. Okay. Okay. I'm actually just gonna... What if I just... Hold up. What if I just... What if I just steal this paint? What if I just steal some of this paint? What if I just steal all of the paints? What if I just mix all of the paints together and whatever weird muddy puddle of a color I get is the color that I'm going to paint with? That's what I'm going to do. This brush is so... Oh, this brush is going through it, for sure. Is this color any different to the last color I painted? Yeah, I reckon it is. I think it is. I reckon. Okay, that is a little bit transparent, so I might give it a second go. There we go. Ooh, I like this color actually. It's just different enough. It's a little bit browner, which I think is nice actually. Yeah, this tree is slightly in front of it, so I'm having to negotiate around foliage that I don't want to paint over, so that's fun. I'm not so on this side. This side I can just go nuts. Okay. I'm gonna add a scooch more because it's just a little too transparent. Do. Yay! I feel like this is working. I feel like this was the right. I feel like this was the right move for this area of the painting. I think what I was really kind of trying to figure out previously was effectively just how big do I want the trees in this section to be? Because I was thinking of having them be quite large, but I was like, no, that's going to cover up way too much of sort of the hills in behind, and that would have been no good either, so. So I think this was the call. I think this was a good call. One more color, and this color, I think I want more of this like mahogany inside it. Sort of a slightly warmer tree, as it were. And then I think we'll be done with this patch of trees, and then I can kind of mess with some more landscape, see how we go, yada yada yada, mix all of the colors together. Again, at this point we're just making mud, and that's kind of fun. We've just got many and varying shades of mud here. Wet that slightly because I think it's a little too dry. Okay. All right. Let's make a muddy tree, I guess. Okay, there's like a little stalk here, but it's kind of hiding behind these other trees. So we can't really see very much of it because it's just kind of. It's just kind of in the back there. Which is kind of cool. Pick up some more of our mud. And this one is nice and right down in front, so. More paint, please. There we go. Oh, hello. Hello. That's an amount of paint. Okay. Anyways. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I've been up to this week that I can report on, and to be honest, I think I've just kind of been chilling and painting and chilling. Not gotten as much sketching done as I'd like. I've still got a couple of pieces for patron stuff that need doing this month. I need to do a voiceover for a patron video. And, what else? I started a sketch that's real. This is Dracula. It's just a little Dracula. Look at his little fangies. It's just a Dracula. I'm drawing a Dracula. It's real silly. It's a silly little project. Anyways, so I think that'll be nice. Okay. And I think this is the last tree that I need to plop in here. Or at least the last tree stalk that I've drawn. Okay. There. That's a nice little thatch of trees. That's a nice little thatch of trees. Okay, so Samantha, you've reminded me of something. I don't know if you saw. I reposted, like I retweeted, but not tweet because it was on Blue Sky. But I re-Blue Skied, an artwork that an artist that I'm following on Blue Sky did, the other day. That was Jadzia ducks. It was Jadzia ducks. So, I don't know if you can imagine Jadzia ducks, but it was pretty much exactly what you would imagine for Jadzia ducks. It was beautiful and very silly, and it made me very happy. Anyways, but anywho, this sketch is nowhere near done and may end up becoming like a delete your art situation if I end up I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna find it because it was really cute and I think everyone should see it. I may end up not finishing this sketch. It may end up becoming like a delete your art situation, who knows. But it may be tangentially related to Star Trek. Shut up. I'm just, sometimes you just have a moment and you're just into a thing. Sometimes you're just having a moment and you're just into a thing. I'm just into a thing right now, and I can't help that. Anyways, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can find this post on my Blue Sky feed so I can show it to you and you can look at it and go, oh, that's delightful. But yeah. There. Oh, beans. I will also, you know what, I'm gonna link to the OP so y'all can, like, follow them, because, I like their art, it's fun. Anyways, so there's a link to it, but, let me sorry, this will bear with. My, Instagram has started doing a thing so that my show and tell screen doesn't work correctly anymore. It is deeply annoying, but so I have to like manually select what I want y'all to look at every time. But here's Jadzia ducks. So silly, but I love it so much. And I'm glad that I made you look at it. Anyways, that's all. That's it. That's what did me a giggle. So now you know. Oh my god, there's two of them. Well, it is Jadzia ducks, not Jadzia duck. So it is now it's two ducks in a Starfleet uniform. That's the deal with the Imagine if that was just like a character. It's like one of the one of the darkest, most sort of serious shows in the Star Trek franchise to that date, and one of the characters is just two ducks in a uniform. What if Jadzia was just two ducks in a Starfleet uniform all along? It explains a lot, really. And everyone just treats them like they don't realize that it's two ducks in a uniform. Or there's like one person who's like, yeah, you realize that Lieutenant Dux is called Lieutenant Dux because they're just two ducks in a Starfleet uniform, and they're like, no, that's just a person. What are you talking about? Don't be weird. Anyways, I do amuse myself. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Q is just three kids in an omnipotent trench coat. Might be right. Oh boy. Anyways. I walked past John Delancey in a hotel once. He's very tall. That's all. Anyways. Yum. Okay. We are not done here. I have more things to do on this painting. So, let's do them things. So, first thing I'm going to do is pick up some of my yellow from over here, this beautiful yellow, and I'm just going to mix it with some of this greenish brown because I'm trying to work with a very limited color palette in this piece, as you can see. And And I hope it's working. I hope it's working for us. I really do. Is it? I don't know. But I hope it is. Because it's going to be real... I don't know. It's gonna look real bad if it doesn't, I guess. But, I'm just adding some interesting lumps. Every time he snaps his fingers, he gets half a centimeter taller. That would explain why he's so dang tall. There is a character in BoJack Horseman that is 3 kids in a trench coat and no one notices, says Rex. Ah, damn, I need to watch this show now. That's hilarious. Eva says, not sure what I just walked in, but have you heard of Duck Detective Secret of the Salami? I have seen some person or people play some of the Duck Detective, and it looks like a really fun game. It looks like a good time. It's got some good characters in it from the looks of it. It looks like a Duck Detective looks like a damn delight. That's what I would say. Duck Detective looks like a damn delight. Perhaps one day I shall investigate the Duck Detective. Oh. Where else do I want to put a little lump? A little lump can go here. What are these little lumps? I don't know. They're just some geographical features for fun. Keeping it vague. Okay. Ow. Ow. Anyways. Eva says, oh, and I might also just be 2 Australian cats in a trench coat. I came into an Australian art streamer's chat a while ago. Chat went wild. Apparently her 2 cats are called Bunny and Eva. Are you sure? The follow is coming from inside the house. That is wild. Oh, there's a sequel to Duck Detective now, too. They're such fun stories. I need to investigate this. I'm so bad with investigating new games, like, most of the time. Mostly because I'm tired. Apparently Bunny has another name, but she calls her Bunny too. Her losing her tail, someone hopping around. Oh, what a sweet pea. What an absolute sweet pea of a feline being. Presh. Anyways. I really hope that bagel was gluten-free, because now I don't know, because it seemed like it was different. Like, I didn't have any reason to think that it was different until I toasted it, and I was like, this seems denser. I might even just go ahead and, like, take one bagel out of one bag and one bagel out of the other bag and weigh them, because I always feel like there's less heft to the gluten-free bagels. I really hope that it is gluten-free, because I would love to not have symptoms and have an abundance of bagely goodness. Because bagels are delightful. But anyways. Oh, man. I also seriously recommend not having TMJ problems if you don't, because I've noticed the bruises on my cheeks again, and oh my god, how did I bruise my cheeks? Not cool. Anyways. So this is feeling like something, I think. Is this something? Is this anything? I don't know. But it's time for petit brush. Petit brush. Little brush. Because I'm gonna start adding teeny tiny teeny itsy bitsy little detaily weetails into this. So, Sweets. Where did you put the new bag of gluten-free bagels?
On top of the air fryer. The old bag is gone on top of the cereal.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna weigh one of each of them and see whether or not they weigh differently. Yeah?
Make sure you don't get them mixed up just in case.
I will be sure not to get them mixed up. Don't worry. Anyways, okay. So I need green, and I mostly have brownish kitten. Well, could I just use some of this mud? I feel like I want to use up as much of this mud as I can, so I'm gonna just dip my brush into some mud. Gonna dip my brush into some mud and mud seems to really be the deal with these colors, I think. I'm just gonna oh god, okay, no, I'm in that stage where I'm like, if I add extra details, is it gonna make it bad? That's where I am now, you know? You know when you're in that stage of futzing where you're like, if I add more details, is it actually gonna make it be worse? Or is it gonna be okay? And now I'm like, Now I'm not sure, because I was gonna add some, like, grass texture in places, and now I'm like, oh, what if I add grass texture and it's bad? I'm second guessing myself, chat. Okay, I'm just gonna pick an unobtrusive corner that we can just pretend I didn't do anything to. If it's bad. I think maybe what I might do is just, instead of like, just have the odd sort of thatch of grassy texture and have it get a little bit smaller up here. You can't really see it on the hills behind because they're a little bit further away. What if you add grass texture and it's good, says Samantha? That, you know what, that's an important addendum. That's an important question to consider as well. So I thank you for that. And I am being fairly sparing and fairly sporadic with it. I don't want it to be everywhere. I don't want to add too much. But just some little pops of texture. Actually, chat, I think that's all right. I think that's okay. I think that's done something. Maybe just a little more, maybe some actual paint on my brush. And then just a little more here. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop futzing. But I like that little pop o texture. Do I add tiny little doots, little grassy doots on this? I think this one's too far away, but I could add some teeny tiny little sort of textury doots onto here. Mayhaps a little bit. Maybe make them a little bit lighter in color. Maybe water it out a little bit. I mean, these are already quite subtle, but these ones are going to be even more subtle and real small. Even more subtle and real small. That's virtually invisible. Okay. That literally, I can't actually see that I've actually added paint. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, I'm absolutely adding value to this, and you literally can't see that you've done anything. But sometimes those tiny invisible details are important. Anyways, B. Klug, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are adding barely perceptible grassy doots to our funky little landscape and hoping that it is in some way, shape, or form adding to the piece. Is it? Oh, who knows? Will anyone know it's there? I do. I know it's there, and that's the important thing. Yeah, that's done virtually nothing. There's one chunk up here where I think the paint was a little bit too wet. And in fact, what I might do is grab a little, just like a chunk of tissue, and just give that a little blot, because I think it was actually, compared to some of the other patches of this color, it was a little too dark and it stood out too much. Yay! Okay, I think I might add, because this thatch over here, I feel like you can't really see at all. Okay, alright. Okay, barely perceptible texture. Doing good work and some crafting. I figured I would come hang out. Well, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. It's lovely to see you. Always appreciate an art along. It's nice. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my, one of my teas. This is my lemon tea. I also have, oh, by the way, this tea that I made earlier. This is pineapple and turmeric iced tea. And this is lemon tea. And it is my favorite ready-made bottle of tea that you can buy. Because I'm fancy, it's Marks and Spencer's. It's not just iced lemon tea, it's M&S iced lemon tea. It's not as good as like freshly made iced lemon tea, but it is very good for an iced lemon tea. It's a very nostalgic taste for me, but I think probably a lot less sugary and terrible than the kinds of iced lemon teas that I grew up drinking. We used to, I don't know whether or not they still make them, but we used to buy these tubs of like iced tea pre-mixed granules, and you would just dissolve it in water to make like iced tea. I drank quite a lot of that when I was growing up. I've always been a tea enjoyer. We all need some good emo rock iced tea now and then. Okay. I'm just imagining it with like that fringe. Oh man, I was trying to find, so I was reminded recently of the fact that back in the early 2000s, in like 2002 or whenever it was, when the Osbournes was on TV, if anyone remembers that show, I had like numerous people, like I think work colleagues mostly, who were like, you know who you look exactly like? And the answer was Kelly Osbourne. And I was like, I don't look anything like that person. And they were like, no, it's not a bad thing, but you totally look alike. And I'm like, congratulations on identifying two white people with brown hair and glasses. Good job. Like, if you've ever seen this person's face, it is nothing like my face. Evanescence iced tea. Oh goodness, wake me up inside with the delicious flavors of refreshing lemon and tea. Anyways. Okay. So I feel like I don't want to futz too much with this artwork beyond this. I want to like sharpen the sort of line weight definition-y bits of the cottage back here. So I'm gonna try and get a nice thick amount of the red paint and maybe mix it with a little bit of the black. Maybe just come in here and pick up a little bit of the black off of this palette. Just a nice thick amount of paint, so that I can try and really sharpen out the outlines of this building if I can. Thus, but hopefully that'll work. I feel like some of these lines are already kind of disappearing. But hopefully that will have worked at least somewhat. And, okay. There's basically no black left on this palette, so I think I need to dip into this, into here, for, like, the roof of the cottage and the chimney. Okay. Um, but anyways. But yeah. I don't know. I used to get a lot of really weird, like, hey, you look just like this person comparisons. And I was like, I don't think that's true. I think you've just seen someone that superficially has a similar haircut or is also a glasses wearer. I also got a few years before that, I think, whenever the movie of Ghost World came out, if you remember Ghost World, which was a graphic novel and then it was made into a film, I got, oh, you should see the movie Ghost World because the main character is just like you. And I'm like, I mean, I did see the movie and I also read the graphic novel and I thought they were both really, really good. What's the name of the guy who wrote it? Daniel Klaus. He's very, very good. Anyways, but I was like, this character is like a crappy person. But you have correctly identified that we both have dark hair and glasses. So, well done for that, I guess. But on the other hand, that, like, the main character of this thing, is, like, just kind of spends their life sort of aimlessly going around and, like, they have a real sort of, like, sense of superiority. Like, they just make fun of people. And, they're not very nice. They befriend this kind of, like, awkward middle-aged guy at first just for the purposes of making fun of this guy. And then, they end up actually getting to know him and stuff. But it's just like, well, wow. Thanks for thinking that I have in common with someone who had to retake a summer art class because otherwise they wouldn't graduate from their, like, school and has no idea what they want to do with their life. And I mean, admittedly, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life when I was the age of that character, but, like, hey! You're just like, hey, this character's cool and they have glasses. It's you. I have dark hair and glasses too, says Leaky. I guess we're exactly alike. Also, hello, my doppelganger. It's wonderful to see you. Come on in. That's correct. Leaky and I look exactly alike. From the era when Steve Buscemi was exclusively cast as that weird old guy. And I mean, I can't complain because I love seeing Steve Buscemi be in stuff. He's great. But, also, yeah. I mean, that being said, I thought it was a good movie. I liked that movie. I just don't think that I don't think that the comparison of, like, me and that character is anything beyond you have glasses. For one thing, I like to think I wasn't nearly as mean. Because that character was really mean. And, I've always tried, being mean makes me feel sad. So, that doesn't feel good. There we go. Okay. I hope this cabin looks cozy. I hope it looks like a cozy place to settle in and have a nice time. I don't know whether it does, but I tried. Technically, I have dark hair and glasses as well, so this is true, but you have the benefit of having a beard, which means you look like everyone who has a beard. So yeah, I don't know, like, what celebrity comparisons does my moderator/spouse get, in as much as he has a beard? I'm trying to think of other people who have beards, and all I can think of is Karl Marx, Blackbeard, and Captain Haddock. And I don't think any of those are accurate comparisons. I mean, I think my moderator/spouse just looks like himself because I look at him all the time and he just looks like him to me. And also very handsome. Leaky says, when I last looked, I was neither an artist nor a moderator/spouse. Indeed. Keanu Reeves, says Mira. Yeah, you know what? I can kind of see it. Yeah, that's a good one. If I didn't dye my hair green, I would also have dark hair and glasses, says Big Luke. Oh my god. We all look exactly the same. Indistinguishable. Wild. Oh, pretzels. Okay. Decision time, chat. Am I adding some little guys into this piece? I kind of want to. I feel like there's a bit of space, like, in this area where I could just stick a couple little guys making their way in the direction of this cabin. I could just do that. Do I just do that? I might have to rewatch Ghost World now. It's been a while. It's a good movie. I recommend it. Anyways, we've got, Beans note, we've got a terrible drawing time. A terrible, Sheeps, says Joe. Sheeps? Where? My hair is more of a mid-brown, but I do have glasses, says Rex. Close enough. Half of my hair is gray at this point. My dark hair is starting to grow out from the green part now, says Klug. Nice. Excuse me. Terrible drawing time of moderator / spouse without a beard and therefore looking exactly like Twitch streamers. Oh no. Okay, I need a new paper. I need a new terrible drawing paper, so I'll be back in just a second. Yes. New canvas. New canvas. New canvas time. Hi. Look at that. Also, this is a slightly thicker paper, which I prefer. This is, what GSM is this? It feels like maybe 190 GSM. Yeah, so it's this is a little thicker. I prefer that. It's technically watercolor paper, though I prefer my watercolor paper to be 300 GSM, like this sexy little Dracula here. Look at his little fangs. He gonna do a bite. Anyways, specifically that piece is going to be referencing the I never drink wine scene from Dracula, because I love that so much. This breaking news just in: Bela Lugosi is still dead. Anyways, I don't notice my gray hairs in the mirror, but photos bring it all out, says Leaky. I kind of like it. I think gray hair looks rad as heck. Also, yeah, it's something about, I think sometimes the way that cameras, I always notice my gray hairs go, in photos, depending on the lighting. And I think it's just the way that they reflect light is different, too, especially if you have dark hair. It picks it out. But anyways. But yes, and that's still not a good excuse, says Rex. Wait, for what? Wait, what? What did I do? Anyways, it's terrible drawing time, so I have to draw, oh no, what may well be a very terrible drawing. Who's to say? I guess we'll just have to find out. Being dead. Yes, I agree. Terrible excuse. Anyways, terrible drawing time. You know the drill. For 5 minutes, for 5,000 channel points, rather, I have 5 minutes to draw a character or concept of yours choosing from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing canvas, which is this piece of paper. So, I'm gonna go over in this corner here because I can, and we're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be weird, but I shall try my best. I have never seen my moderator / spouse without a beard in real life. So I don't really know how well I'm going to be able to do this. I've seen pictures of him, like, as a child without a beard. And can confirm he looked like an adorable child. But as an adult human, don't really know what to do with this. I'm getting it's just a little sideburn. That's a bit much of a sideburn, I think. Let me just okay. Just a little sort of coming down in front of the ear there. Hair is getting a little bit shaggy, so I'll represent that here as best as I can. Oh, this is weird. Who is this? I'm scared and confused. Literally, I think the only photos I've seen of my moderator / spouse without a beard was, like, he was, you know, like an adolescent, like 14-year-old child. So this is all very confusion to me. Extremely confusion. Okay, which geez, I can never remember which ding dang way does my hair part. I don't know. I'm gonna make it go this way because it's easier, I think, to do that. My lightly insane curls, of course. And we are holding hands, obviously, because we are in love. Anyways, Sledge without a beard. It's like Samson without the hair. Oh no, all of his magical powers are kept in the beard. I don't know, but I love him. And what the heck am I wearing? I'm just wearing just a nice, the usual shirt, I guess. And we're holding hands because we're in love. Do I need to write something on his shirt again? I've written mod / spouse on his shirt because otherwise you would not know. I started bearding back in 94 that was an evil twin beard and not the whole thing. I have seen pictures of the evil twin beard. And it is like seeing Mirror Universe husband, indeed. Even though I know he's not the evil one. Because he's a very good boy. But anyways, that's this is very confusing. This honestly, okay, here's the thing about this. Also, I put our hand way too high up. So I'm just gonna have to have normal sized arms. That's better. This honestly, without the beard, I can't tell, like, it looks like it feels like I'm cheating with an alternate universe version of you, and I feel like weirdly guilty about holding hands with this person. I know it's you, honey, but I'm so confused. Okay, anyways, we're about to do ads, but sweetheart, I hope you're happy. That was terrible drawing time, and we are hurtling into a BRB at the same time that the alarm goes off. So there's that. That was terrible drawing time. I hope you're happy. I hope it's okay. Sammy in a polyamorous relationship. Sledge and beardless Sledge. No, I am not. I can't do a polycule. Anyways, we'll be back in a minute. BRB, everyone. I'm so sorry. Well, friends, I'm back. Hello. Hi. Anyways, oh, they're still here. So weird. Anyways, I have expressed in no uncertain terms to my moderator / spouse that if he did ever decide to shave his beard fully, that I would still love him and think he's beautiful. But this art is confusing to me. Anyways. But no, I I honestly don't think that I could. I don't honestly don't think that I could polycule with like, you know, different universe versions of my spouse. Um, I am so as a personal individual in terms of like my self. I am so monoamorous that I am practically monoplatonic as well. Like, by which I don't mean that I'm like, oh, I only have one friend, but in terms of like hanging out, I tend to like strongly prefer just sitting down and having a conversation with like a person. Um so the idea of like being married to like multiple Twitch user Sledge Calliers is overwhelming and too many. I mean, I will happily draw like Star Trek fan art of cool polycules. But it is not to be for me. I will stick with what is in my estimation prime universe Sledge, regardless of what how much fur he's got on his face. Um and whether he shaves his beard off, decides that he immediately regrets it and has to buy a fake beard and glue it on with spirit gum, I would still love him anyway. I'm just imagining how silly that would be. It's just like, oh no, I don't like myself without a beard at all. Must fix. And then he has to get a fake beard until it grows in. Multiple moderators would lead to the horror that is multiple shoutouts for the same raiders. I mean, that's not a terrible thing, Leaky. That just means more positive attention on the person who kindly raided the stream, which we always super appreciate. But what if we're all the mirror universe versions of ourselves, asks Samantha. Well, I'm sure that the mirror universe consider their universe to be the prime universe and what we consider the prime universe to be the mirror universe. Because why would you not consider the universe that you yourself come from to be the prime universe, right? You're not like, oh, you know, one doesn't want to conceive of oneself as like the worst version of oneself from, you know, a less interesting universe. I mean, I don't know. What I know about mirror universes is that everyone tends to be a little bit more morally gray and a little bit more evil and also a little bit more gay, which is a bit of an unfortunate correlation, I guess. But I don't know. Which universe is this? Sometimes I do feel like, is this the bad timeline? Is this the bad universe? Is there a universe out there where I am thriving way harder than I am here? But I have no way of knowing, so there's no sense dwelling on it. What if we fell into the mirror universe around 2012, just after the London Olympics? Well, I moved to the UK in 2013, so... And I spent a year just kind of depleting my life savings and being largely unemployed. So that tracks. Anyways, to tell if you are in the prime or mirror universe, check what your Amazon subscription is called. If you're subscribed to Amazon Mirror, you might be in the other universe! You know what? That's an important point. We should check on that. Thank you, Samantha. Good lord. Anyways, I think I want to add a couple of little guys. I think I do want to add a couple of little guys. But I'm trying to figure out how to do it and have it not look stupid, which is always fun. Why is this sheet of paper just... Oh, that's right. I was going to use this piece of paper to do a... I've got a couple of lino prints that I need to do for an order. By the way, I have a shop where you can buy completed artworks by me. Usually in print form or sometimes stickers and other fun stuff. It's all really cheap. Like, nothing is expensive. Because I... I'm aware of the fact that I'm not the only person out there who has, like, no money. I'm gonna do a little thumbnail sketch version of this on here and then try and figure out where I want to position the little guys in this quadrant. in by doing that, because it just feels, I don't want to start painting onto it and then decide that actually that was the wrong spot to do it. So I'm just gonna use this sort of like corner over here. Okay, and some trees, yada yada yada. I am not making this detailed and good, as you can see. We're gonna stick our little cottage in here. Oh my god, this cottage looks like it will murder you. Oh no. Further evidence of we're in the evil mirror universe timeline. The good universe would have far fewer billionaires. I would love to see it, honestly. I would love to see it. Oh man. I wonder what Prime Universe me is like. I wonder if are they boring? I wonder if they're boring. But I mean, bad stuff does happen in the Prime Universe, so like, it's possible. I don't know. Am I even more morally upstanding but also less gay in the Prime Universe? That would be concerning. Because I like how LGBTQ A+ I am about me specifically. So I don't want to not be that. All right, I have created a beautiful mock-up of here's our painting. All right, here's our painting so far, and here's my beautiful mock-up of the painting. Identical. Anyways, from this, I'm trying to figure out where to situate my little guys. I feel like I probably want to put them kind of over on this side, maybe like here. Here we go. They're holding hands and they're walking. They're on their way to the cottage. Does that... but that's really... Just gonna add some border so you get a feel for where the painting actually ends. This is going terribly. This is not helping me at all. Ah, shoot. Anyways, also these little guys are so I'm just doing stick figures at this point because I made them so small. But if that's too close to the bottom corner. I don't know, but something like that, so they're like, you can see that they're sort of making their way up there. I'm thinking just past this lump. Just past this lump, like here, I just add a couple of little dudes who look like they're going that way. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. I think that was okay. If I just very lightly pencil it in and see how I feel about the prospect of a couple of little guys in the piece. And when I say little guys, I mean these guys are lil. These guys are real lil. Yeah, these shapes are weird. Sheep, says Joe. Sheeps, says Joe. Sheeps, says Joe. Joe, the thing about sheeps is that sheeps has the white wool, and I can't make white paint out of this. It's a purely added medium, so they'd have to be all dark sheeps, and then they might just look like, I don't know, rocks. They might end up just look like strangely shaped rocks. I don't think I can do it justice to the sheep. I don't think I can do it. I think I would have had to plan for sheep from the beginning, otherwise the sheeps are just going to be ugly and bad because I am a terrible painter. That's can't light sheep also just look like rocks? Do you want me to just draw some rocks? Do I not put people? Do I just call it? Is this just it? Is this it? I don't know. Is this good? Is this anything? Is there this one tree that is a little bit too dark that's bothering me? Yes. So hold up. Hold. Hold, please. Hold, please. Where's my tiny amount of tissue? Have I lifted too much of this tree? Yes. Can I put it back? Yes. This is the joy of painting right here. Fluffing around and finding out. Do 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 do. Honestly, improvement. Grass bloops. Okay, do we hate the concept of people? Not like in general. Like, I'm not talking about general misanthropy, but do we really not want me to add people to this piece? Does it just want to be... I mean, there's already grass. There's already grass texture. I don't really want to add more texture, is the thing. But I just don't know if there should be something else over in this quadrant or if it's fine. I don't know if there's something else that needs to be in this quadrant or if it's fine. You're very much witnessing, like, the very iterative process, if that's the term I'm looking for. It's probably not, of how paint thing when I haven't fully decided what I want to do. I still maybe want to paint tiny little guys. Agile art, says Joe. No, no, I business jargon too close to the sun. I don't like it. Please do me a favor and just look at this cow for a minute. While I have a crisis about my art. This is my process. Throw ideas together until one sticks. Anyways, this is a cow who I love. I painted this. I've never posted the finished painting of this cow, I think, on my anywhere. We painted it on stream, though. I just love her so much. I just got it in my head to look up, like, you know, how much does it cost to get a vintage cow creamer? And the answer is it varies wildly, but you can get one for like £9 on eBay. So I did. She is a very good cow, says she is a very good cow. Lovely friendo, says Sammy Ann. That is a happy cow, says Leaky. She is wonderful. Maybe she wants to gamble in that meadow. Samantha, I really don't think this is the right landscape for cow gambling. That's the thing. Anyways, how about I do something to let your brain swap out ideas? Also, hi, Sammy Ann. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Probably not going to be going on too much longer today, anyways. But yes. I'm gonna brainstorm some little guys, cause you know what? Because I want to. Cow and sunflowers, says Sammy Ann. Okay. I can terrible drying time a cow and sunflowers, or at least I can attempt to do so. Thank you for that. 5 minutes more. Thank you. Okay. For anyone who's just come in, terrible drawing time is this horrible thing that I make myself do, where for 5,000 channel points, I've got 5 minutes to draw a character or concept if you are choosing from memory or sight unseen on a terrible drawing canvas, such as this one, which is already cursed. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes, and we're going to attempt to draw a cow in sunflowers, which is just wonderful. I love that. That's so sweet. Horrible, says Pickles. Wonderful, you mean delightful drawing time, says Samantha. Y'all stop it. Be prepared to regret your statements in just a moment, because I'm going to attempt to draw a cow from memory. Do I remember how draw cow at this point? I genuinely do not. I realize that there's a cow right over there, but I'm not allowed to look at that. Thus, they've got big, beautiful eyes. Those eyes look big and terrifying. Hold up. I might make the eyes a little bit smaller so they don't look like they're made out of void and will murder you, but you get the idea. Or maybe, ooh, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. I've got an even better idea. Hold on. I'm starting from the beginning. Okay, we've got beautiful little cow face here. We've got little cow nose, like so. And then we've got, you know what cows also have? Really lovely eyelashes. And cows also probably would benefit from a slightly more sharpened pencil because it's really dull now. Oh, oh shoot, that's pointy. Okay. All right. That is intensity. Get a load of the eyelashes on this incredibly beautiful cow. What do cows' ears look like? They're kind of like, oh shoot, the pencil's broken. There we go. Cow's gonna have a little fringe, because I think that's also cute. And some little horns. Oh, I love her so much already. And cow is basically kind of rectangle shaped, I feel like. So cow is going to be rectangle. With a little tail. And some udders over here. And then just little leggies, little hooves. Aw, she cute. Okay, terrible news, I love her. I've been drawing pigment today so those eyes would have fit right in, says Simeon. Aw, jeez. Aw, jeez. Also, that sounds hecking adorbs. Now, I need to draw some sunflowers. I don't think sunflowers look like this, but eh. I have very little time to draw them now, so... All right, we're having a great time. This is amazing. This is beautiful. This is the best piece of art anyone's ever produced. I am the best to ever do it, chat. I am the best to ever do it. So don't forget that. Some additional sunflower stalks kind of in the background. There's another one back here. Okay. Just a nice big implication of like a field of sunflowers happening back here, I guess. Yay! All right. This is a cow in a field of sunflowers, I suppose. Can I get a little bit of maybe color in the nose? Get a little shading on the ears. Thus, maybe just a little. The underbelly, as 'twere. Back legs, like that. Slightly more definition on the tail so we can actually see that she's got one. A little shading under the chin. And that's time. Wow. I'm sorry. And or I hope you're happy. And most importantly, I tried my best. So thank you for that. That was fun. I hope that was okay. Anyways, So this painting is what it is. And I think I'm going to call it there for today. Because I don't know what to do. And- no, I'm not going to call it there for today because, hello? Sammy, thank you so much for the Doma. Thank you. The Dung Defender is a very special friend. And I slapped the sticker in appreciation. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you very much indeed. He's perching on my fingy. How cute is that? He's just perching on my thumb. Aww. He's just hanging out there. I'm sorry, that's adorable. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Anywho, it's giving Florence from the Magic Roundabout. Aww, thank you, Leaky. The Dung Defender stands ready to protect the cowbats, says Samantha. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's very on brand for him, so, frankly, I love it. Anyways, I don't know what to do with this. I will figure it out tomorrow, off stream. But this, for all intents and purposes, is basically the painting, and I might add something over here just because I feel like it needs something over this area. Just feels like it needs a little bit of a thing. I don't know what. So, thank you. Anyways, I'm going to see who else is online so we can do a little raid. Because I am ready to eat my din-dins, and I'm also very, sleepy. So, let's go do that. Let's not get any echo on stream if we can avoid it. And, thank you so much for hanging. No, you were lurking, sis. Okay, hello, Moriax42. Lovely to see you. I hope you had a nice lurk. We are going to go say hi to someone that we haven't said hello to in a while, if I can. Let me just make sure that whoever we raid is not just about to finish, because that would be really embarrassing and silly. If I can get this to load. Okay. Alright, and okay. Hello. Twitch is being very slow and chuggy all of a sudden. I do apologize. There we go. Okay. Let me just check and see whether it looks like this person is just about to finish, because then we will find someone who's not just ending to raid. Doing some cozy co-working. That feels like a vibe. So let's go say hi to Yepany. Who does, if you haven't seen Yepany's stuff, it's so stinking cute. And it's a nice place to hang out as well. Would you start the raid, please? Did I click start? Once again, Twitch is being real slow. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Alright. So. Generic raid message. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a nice time. It was nice hanging out with y'all. Truly was. Sorry about the bagel saga, but so it goes. Let's just add some bandicoots in there because it's the first emote that I could see. If you have the emotes, feel free to grab the raid call with the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you could just say a generic raid message and append any cool emotes that you do have if you want to. It's all good. Thank you for hanging out with me while I waffled about this painting. I do think that it looks more done than it did when we started, and that's nice. So thank you all. I'll be back tomorrow morning playing some Hollow Knight. Maybe even finishing the game again. Whom's to say? Not I. But in any case, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good one, everyone. Good night, and good luck.